It's just like you. I need to find me a girl that knows just what to do. I've been running so long, you know this can't go on. I've been sleeping.
So I'm sitting here with Lawrence Palmer of the Lawrence Palmer Band about his new album, Treasures in My Mind. Thanks for coming here and doing the interview, Larry.
Thank you for having me.
So Treasures in My Mind, what an album. I've listened to the whole thing. I've actually been behind the scenes with the album. I actually got the album up. It's on iTunes now, it's on Spotify, it's all over the place. So what inspired you with Treasures in My Mind?
Well, you know, my dad, your grandfather, was a big band era addict. He loved Glenn Miller. He loved all, Frank Sinatra and Benny Goodman and all the, the big band stuff. And so growing up, I was trapped in the car and I had to listen to that stuff, and it just rattled around in my brain. And then I was a trombone player in the band when I was a kid and up through high school. And that stuff really grew on me. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass and Hogan's Heroes and all the brass stuff really kind of started to grow in my system. And then after your mom and I split, and I ended up, I remember I was on that boat down in Marina Del Rey for a couple of years. I was living on a 43-foot Wellcraft, and I had a lot of time on my hands. So I bought a guitar and started strumming the guitar, and music just started coming to me at that point. And so I started recording it and playing with it and started developing it. Then when I was commuting from Thousand Oaks to Torrance every day for 7 years, I had a lot of time on my hands in the car. And I developed a lot of the music during that period as well, as it would just come to me. And anyway, that's kind of what was the key to getting me started in this whole thing.
So are there any certain treasures in your mind that are in this album? And if so, what are they?
Well, I think every one of the songs in this album tells a story, and I think it comes from within, and treasures that you've had, and treasures that sometimes you want to share with people, and some of them you don't want to share with people. Some of them are treasures in your mind that really aren't meant to be shared. They're just treasures that you're going to keep to yourself for your whole life. It's nice when we can find a life partner that you can share everything with, but there's just some stuff that it's tough. It's tough to share, They're just memories that you want to keep and let them rattle around in your brain for the rest of your life. And so, yeah, this album is really just about all these treasures that are kind of coming out of life experience and relationships, and good ones and bad ones, and, just treasures in my mind.
So one of your songs is Find Me a Girl. It's an excellent song. I love the song so much. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. And what was it about that song that inspired you, and what made you write that song?
Find Me a Girl, it was a very interesting song. Music comes to me at the weirdest times. I was in the middle of a Lakers playoff game in 2012, the game where they were playing at the Staples Center, and Ron Artest was out there kissing his biceps and had the entire Staples Center on their feet. It was just a crazy moment. And all of a sudden, this song comes to me. And I've got to leave and go record it so that I don't forget it, because when music comes to you, and I've had 3 or 4 really great songs that I've lost, you have to lay it down so you can remember it. And so Find Me a Girl is special to me because that came at a very special moment. It was one of those moments that you could have blown off and said, no, the Lakers are more important. Sorry, Lakers, this was the one time that it wasn't. And I had to excuse myself and go record it, and I laid that song down, and it turned out to be one of the best treasures on this album.
The Girl Next Door is one of your flagship songs. Everybody loves that song. It's the first song on the album. And it kind of hits home with me because my first girlfriend was the Girl Next Door. So what made you write The Girl Next Door?
The Girl Next Door is probably one of the special songs on the album. It's one of my favorites. It certainly rattled around in my brain for a long time, and I kept singing it to, Johnny and you, for years. And that one just seemed to keep coming to the surface. And so it was one of the first ones that we developed. And I knew the first time we laid the track down, it was going to be special. Jerry and I could just feel it. We both looked at each other and went, wow, that's a great song. And the girl next door is kind of a fantasy about, every man has a fantasy about a girl, and what they like, and what, you know, what it could be and what it should be and what it might be. And the girl next door, there's a fantasy about that. And you know, so and then, you know, we've all kind of had these treasures in our mind where we've wanted to, you know, be with a girl like that, that's got the tattoos and likes the tight jeans, and you know, has all the toys, and you know, takes us where we really want to go, takes us to a place where we can be the inner person. The inner child will come out and pop the lid off our shit, you know. And that's where that song kind of came from. It was a fantasy song.
So the song One and Only Man, I love the song. It's one of the slower songs on the album. It's crystal clear. You hear a different side to you as well in the song. What made you write this song?
Well, One and Only Man is a great love song. I guess I went to so many weddings, and not that I don't like Carol Carpenter, but I got kind of tired of hearing, "We've only just begun." It seemed like every wedding you go to, they're singing that song. So I wanted to come up with something, a song that a guy could get up in front of the crowd and sing to his girl, and even if he just lip sings it, but if he can sing it with easy words and a good melody and good love song and good lyrics, and you know, it just turned out to be a home run. I give Jerry Manfredi credit. He did the acoustic guitar and the solo in the middle, and then I've got Gary Denton playing his old Les Paul, kind of backing him up on it, and it just really turned into a huge song. It was just an amazing arrangement by the time we got done with it, and it took a couple different paths, but in the end, once we finally got the structure where we wanted it and laid it down, bam, that song's going to be a home run. I can feel it.
You Need to Know Me, a total other side of you, a total jazzy, loungy, cigar side. What inspired this song?
Well, You Need to Know Me, it kind of developed from a pickup line that I used to use when I was single, you know, and where you'd walk up to her and you'd say, "You know, I think you need to know me." And that's kind of where the lyrics came from, and it was just kind of a thing that we used back in the day. And as far as the melody goes, that song came to me. I remember I was swimming laps. I was in a swimming pool, and you know, when you're swimming, you're just kind of in your own space, and you're kind of drifting away into your own thing. And that song kind of popped into my head, and I remember I swam all these laps, and I just kept getting stronger and stronger and stronger. By the time I got out of the pool, I laid that one down so I wouldn't forget it, and that's where the melody came. And it's funny how when the melody comes to you, most songs are either a love found or a love lost song, it seems like, at least for me. And that was more of a love found song. It had an upbeat melody, and it had a good jazzy piano bar, "Where's my cigar and my glass of brandy" feel to it. And so I tried to match the lyrics up with the way the song felt, and that's just kind of how it works for me. And anyway, that's where that song came from, believe it or not, swimming laps in a pool.
So are you wasting my time, or are you just drinking my wine? Wasting my time. This song I love. I listen to this song over and over again. What is it about this song that brought you down this adventure? To me, that whole song is an adventure, and you know, I've even had it in my own relationships, you know.
Well, Wasting My Time, I think, went to the top of my chart early on when that song developed, and that song really took on a deep meaning, because, you know, in some of the relationships I was in, you know, it seemed like I always bit off more than I could chew, or I took on a woman that maybe was a little more than I could handle, or you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. As you go through relationships, you find that you need someone that matches up with you and is on the same frequency, and you know, it's a partnership, and it's a 50-50, and you don't have the man in control or the woman in control. You know, it has to be everything has to be in balance. And so I took that song from a lot of my past relationships that where I did get involved with a woman that was very strong, and anyway, that's kind of where that song came from. The lyrics, when that melody came to me, that was more of a love being lost song, or possibility of being lost, where you've taken on more than you can handle, bitten off more than you can chew. You know, it seems like there was a few of them that had a loose screw, and it just seemed like, you always think to yourself, I can make it through this. I can make this work. I can make this work. There's so much good here. I can deal with that, and I can make it work, and I can get it back into balance. And sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And that's where that song came from.
And the last song, Begging for More. This song leaves me begging for more. It's the last song. You whistle in it. I could see it on TV commercials. I could see it all over the place. This song is the catchiest song I've heard in a long time. I catch myself in the shower whistling that whistle and singing this song. So what made you write this one?
All right, the song Begging for More. Originally when I developed that song, if you remember, you and Erica had an opportunity possibly to do a Las Vegas show where it was going to be a lingerie show where they were going to have dancers, choreography, dancing in lingerie, and you and Erica were going to host the show. And I had this vision, this song came to me, and I had this vision for a female singer to get out there and sing, "You've got me begging, baby, begging for more." It doesn't work quite as good when a male sings it because that's what we're always doing. But to have a female singing that song, Begging for More, I think it was really, it was going to be a home run. So if you'll remember, I worked with Erica on it, and we, when I started hearing her sing the song, it was amazing. I was going, oh my God, that was it. And then unfortunately that deal didn't go through, so I ended up taking that song, we rewrote it for a female singer for female lyrics, and I ended up taking it back to male lyrics so I could get it out there. But I still, deep down, right in here, I need a female to sing this song because I think it'll be amazing having a beautiful gal come out in the nightclub, with the long dress on, singing Begging for More. That's my vision of that song. Well, Treasures in My Mind, the actual theme song for the album, is done. We've laid it down, and it was that song kind of took some twists and turns, and Jerry had some good input on it, and he's been a good co-producer, and he actually straightened me out in a couple of areas where I was getting a little out of control. I've of course had to do that for him a few times as well. But on this particular song, Jerry kind of led me down the right path. And while he went in to go, we work in his studio at his house. When he went in to say goodnight to his wife one night, I actually rewrote the lyrics, a lot of the verses right there while he was in kissing his wife goodnight. They came to me, and the whole song changed while he was in there kissing her goodnight for 15 minutes. It must have been a long kiss. But by the time he came back, that song had taken a whole new direction. And then once we figured out the structure and the choruses and everything and what order we wanted to do it in, Jerry goes, "All right, you ready?" I go, "All right, I'm ready, let's do it." We laid it down, and the first take was amazing, and we didn't need to do it again. It was so good. So now I'm actually going in the studio this week with Jerry, and we're going to go ahead and write the music and get it ready for the band to do the rehearsal. That's going to be in the next set in the second half of the album. And so far, it's everybody that's heard it, that's their favorite song on the entire album. And it's hard to believe, but that song is going to be really, really good. I can't wait to release that song.
Well, you've got me right where you want me, so why don't you come over here?